Bernard Hopkins, the World Boxing Council light heavyweight champ, is my special guest this hour on It's Your Call. He joins me to talk about becoming the oldest man ever to win a major boxing title. What drives him? Stay with us to find out. He has defied the odds. He has silenced the critics, and he has become the face of success for aging baby boomer athletes. He is Bernard Hopkins, 46 years old and recently crowned the World Boxing Council light heavyweight champ. He's going to be taking your calls and answering your questions in just a moment. Hello everyone, I'm Lynn Doyle. It's great to have you with us. Now, if you've got a question or a comment for the champ, you can start emailing me right now at lynn@lynndoyle.net. We're also going to be taking some of your calls in just a minute. First though, it is my pleasure to welcome Bernard Hopkins to the show. We are so pleased to have you here, and congratulations on this most recent accomplishment.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here always.
You know, you at 46 are now the oldest man ever to win a significant boxing title. You have displaced George Foreman, and you are now the face of the AARP athletes. How do you feel about all of that?
Well, I feel great. I'm motivating a lot of people, and they also give me a lot of support and a lot of feedback for being the poster boy of that baby boomer generation. It's a big, boulder to have on your shoulders, but at the end, it motivates me also. Because I'm close to 47 more than close to 45, hey, but it's good.
It's all how you look at it,
yes,
though, right?
Yes.
Now, when you were preparing for this most recent fight, the one that put you yet again in the record books, did you have your age at the forefront as a motivating factor, or did you just want to beat this guy because the last time it came to a draw?
I just wanted to beat Pascal because it was a draw, and the things he said for the second fight pissed me off a little bit, but it made me more determined to make history in beating George Foreman, breaking George Foreman's record, and beating Pascal the second time was very, very gratifying to make history and settle a score that was unsettled.
Yeah, when you say that you were a little annoyed at some of the things that he said, one of them was a suggestion that perhaps you had used performance-enhancing drugs.
Or using it, yes.
And that's why you are a success at your age.
Yes.
You didn't take too kindly to that, nor would I blame you.
Well, no, I didn't, because, you're talking about my hard work for over the years, 20 years, and you're also trying to take away or suggest that everything I've done in boxing, from the middleweight division to the light heavyweight division, is basically a fraud. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I took it personal. But
that trash talking is all part of the game. Yeah. I mean, do you think you really truly meant that you had used some sort of performance enhancing drugs, or do you think he was just trying to rile up and get interest in the fight?
Well, I think promoting a fight is one thing, and to implicate or to accuse someone of doing something that's very popular in sports world today, and allegations. I mean, you talk about the Barry Bonds, you talk about this particular athlete or that particular joiner, the runner,
and the Tour de France going on right now.
So when you start hearing these things, and it gives other people a reason to ask you about that comment and about that statement. So now it had already caused the conversation that I had never had to deal with it in my whole career.
Right.
And so it is kind of ignoring, but promoting the fight is one thing, and I've said and done things in promoting the fight. But when you start saying somebody done something as cheating, somebody done something as an edge, now you're talking about history that was made in my career 4 or 5 times, from the middleweight division to light heavyweight division. That comes into question for some people. That's something that I haven't had to deal with any time in my career. A lot of other things, but not that.
It's never been an accusation by anyone or an allegation by anyone.
Never.
So this was something brand new for you.
It was something brand new, and it was brand new for the media because they really didn't bite. Like, they really didn't buy it, but it was said, and I wanted to show him with the push-ups in between the fights,
Yeah,
the
I
second
saw that.
fight, that you know what, I am on something. It's called making history.
All right.
And he got the message.
He certainly did. We all got the message. And I'm sure that our viewers now have some questions for you, so we're going to invite them and you to join in. This is your chance to ask the champ a question, or perhaps share a congratulatory comment, or maybe you're interested in his eating regime or looking for some motivation for you to stay or get in shape. Whatever it is, you can go ahead and email us now. This is what you do. You email me at lynn@lynndoyle.net. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And as I said, we're going to be taking some calls in just a minute. In fact, why don't we do that right away? Because a lot of people want to talk to you. I know I could talk to you for the entire half hour, but that wouldn't be fair to everybody. You up for some calls?
I'm always up for calls.
All right, let's take our first call this hour. Let's see. It's Juan from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Hey, Juan, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You have a question or a comment for Bernard?
Yes. First of all, congratulations, Bernard, on leading Castro, becoming the oldest champion in boxing.
Thank you.
Yes, my question was, after your fight coming up against Chad Dawson, are you considering going down to 168, maybe fighting a guy like LeSean Boutte, or maybe at a catchweight with Sergio Martinez?
Well, one is a really good name that I think that, especially the Canadians, the Boutte fight is more enticing to me than Martinez, because of the weight difference is so close. 68 is very close to 175. I came from 160 and jumped right to 75 and not even looked in the middle of it, and made history with Antonio Tarver, the first middleweight to win a light heavyweight championship. So I don't want to cut any muscle in my body at this late stage of the game at 46 and go down 8 pounds. That would actually drain me and that would put me at a disadvantage. But if anybody want to come and make history and beat Bernard Hopkins at 175, that would be, to me, fantastic, because they'd be beating one of the oldest, if not the oldest champion, as you said earlier, in boxing history. So I got the titles, and I would love to defend it after Chad Dawson with anybody who thinks that with a name that can dethrone me.
You know, Juana, it's interesting that you're assuming that he is definitely going to be fighting again. Do you expect to see him in the ring?
Yes. Well, he said before he's fighting to his 50, so I'm excited to about that. You know, he got another 4 years, so I'm gonna be watching every single fight he fights after Chad Dawson.
And I want to let you know that the Chad Dawson fight is October 15th in Newark, New Jersey, at the new stadium there. And I'm very, very excited to finally get this match over with, because it's been talked about in the last 2 years. Okay,
thanks a lot for the call, Juan. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Sure thing. So you're already looking ahead. I mean, there are a lot of people at this stage in the game would say, hey, I made it into the record books. It's going to be tough for anybody to come along and break my record. So why put yourself out there again? What else do you have to accomplish?
Well, there's always something in the game for me to accomplish, because when you're competitive, you really don't look at how old you are, because I really don't pay too much attention to it, because I know I don't feel like I'm 25, I don't feel like I'm 35, but I definitely don't feel like I'm 46. So, and I feel that my abilities have gotten better, strangely enough, than decline. So I feel that, I'm not saying, you know, I can fight 20 fights or 10 fights, but I think I can give the world something that's unusual and historic in this late stage of my career, to fight like a young man in a young man's sport, but not have a young age attached to me. Hey. So one fight, and then we'll look and see how that fight goes, and then another one. Okay, well, you know what? You are entertaining all of us and inspiring us at the same time. You might be surprised to learn some of the things that Bernard Hopkins does to stay in the shape that he's in. He's going to share some of those ideas when we come back. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll have more of our conversation right after this. If you're on the line, stick with us. If you want to email us, do it during the break.